and I actually pushed it going the wrong direction. Okay, let me fix that real quick. Oops. Hey everybody, Andrew here. Welcome back to the xBCraft server. Another episode, fun-filled adventure, good times, frolic, and folly bound to occur. Actually, I know I've been alluding to it for a little while. We're going to get started on a boardwalk. In this episode, they're behind me. I've been doing a lot of resource gathering, and there has been a lot of things happening here on the server because it's been pretty much 2 weeks since I have been able to get any recording done, just due to life events and so forth. It just it happens to all of us. So first I want to let me take you on a little bit of tour of some things that have cropped up around my base here. As you can see, there's a couple of new items. Do a little tour. Need to take care of a couple of resource chores first, and then we'll get started on that boardwalk. Okay, let's get started. What's a surf shack without a nice little seaside campfire, some place to relax and enjoy the oceanfront property? I crafted myself some banners. I really like this banner. I'm saying that's some sea, the waves down below, some nice clouds up top, a nice little sun to keep you warm and toasty on a nice baby blue back sky. I like that I like that banner. I think that came out really well. So as you can see, my farm, my little tiny farms are doing quite well. So that we've got on the outside on my oceanfront property there. On the back side here in the AFK fish farm has been doing some solid work. It's really been performing well. I actually had to expand some storage for myself. We've got, I mean, look at all that fish, and we've got I've got a second storage here in preparation for more of the fish. Here's salmon is going, and I also my clownfish are actually starting to come in too. I mean, I've just going gangbusters there. Look at all these bows. Just tons of bows I've been pulling out of the water there, and a lot of these could probably be combined, but they take levels and all that. And right now it's just spares, just in case something bad happens. Lots of saddles, and then here's the great the part I really like about the fishing is I've got name tags and lily pads, bowls. I mean, all this stuff to spare. I've got puffer fish for days, so we are set. We are set when it comes to doing some brewing for the water breathing, more than I could ever want there, and plenty of bottles, and we're going gangbusters there. So that is really working, and a lot of this is storage in preparation for the boardwalk stuff that we're going to be doing on the other side of the fishery there. This little pad you see over here, this is where I've been doing a lot of tree growing. We've got lots of wood now. I've got a bunch of saplings of all the different kinds, some leaves and whatnot. So what I'll do is I'll take a sapling or whatnot, take some bone meal, throw the tree down here, hit it with some bone meal, grow that sucker up real nice and tall, and then I'll go and chop the whole thing down with a nice axe. And then I can go off and do some other things, and as the leaves as they deteriorate and drop any other saplings or apples or whatnot, the hoppers here catch them, and then they come over here to the chest, and everything gets stored for me, so I don't have to sit around here and gather up everything before it despawns. So this has been working well for me as well. We've got a lot of wood supplies ready to go for that boardwalk. I've been setting some aside already in a little chest for us to get going on the boardwalk as soon as we're ready to go. The other thing here, I've also, like I said, I've been doing some resource gathering, and you can see right now I have some redstone that is just great. I've got 47 diamond, 8 emeralds, some lapis. The iron and the gold and the coal, I have already been smelting and fortuning that stuff up. And check this out. Look at this. Look at all these coal blocks. I have 4 full stacks, actually 4.5 stacks of coal blocks. I have just tons of coal. I am set forever. And a lot of iron I have already, and then I'm doing pretty good on the gold. Now, this iron here, one of these stacks is actually from the Iron Titan that we now have up and running on our server. So that is going, but a lot of that iron also came from myself digging it out of the ground, out of my branch mine that I finally have up and running. And I decided to make myself a little portal right here underneath my base right here, so that I didn't have to run all the way into Spawn Town and then come all the way wherever I wanted to go. I had a portal right beneath me. This is an area I'm going to do some storage in here. I think I might, you know, beautify it up, do some decor in here, do some neat things. I might do some redstone, you know, doorways or stuff like that. I don't know. I'm going to play with that. Okay, so that's the future plans, and like I said, I've got some other things going to go on here. I don't even know what all I'm going to do in here yet. But on the other side of the portal here, we'll hop on the other side, show you what's going on this side. I have built myself a nice little decor portal room in the nether. Again, I'm continuing with my banner theme. I put a little sign up so people know that it's me. Spawn Town, we go this way. You'll see that in just a second. And then we had somebody had dug a tunnel out that way. So my portal ended up being right here in the middle of this hallway. So I just beautified this part up. So let's head on back that way. I put these gates in here so that pigmen don't come into my area uninvited. We have our hole to the top through the top of the nether is right up here. Eventually, if someone doesn't beat me to it, I would actually like to make the X79 an impulse design gold farm XP generator there. But oh, like I said, life. It's just, I begrudge none of it. I love my life, but sometimes when it comes to balancing real life responsibilities with the need for gaming and doing videos, well, hey, responsibilities went out. So I'll record when I can, do what I can to help out the community here. Oh, something happened to my rail car. That's interesting. That usually works every time I come back here. I just need to give it a nudge. Move. Thank you. Okay, and let me put this back in, because what this is right here, and where's my trapdoor? Bam. Okay, what this is, I just had a neat idea and I actually pushed it going the wrong direction. Okay, let me fix that real quick. Oops. Stop, you. Stop. Okay. Get my rail car. I can't believe I did that. It's actually supposed to go that way. There we go. Alright. Because what I had the idea is that, you know how like maybe you've seen maybe in movies or maybe at airport terminals, you have the lights to say, oh, follow the lights, they go this way. And it's like, follow the lights to go back to the overworld. That was kind of my idea right there. So, oh, little lag spike. Maybe, at least it was for me. We'll see if that happened in the video there. Anyway, so we'll head back up to the overworld. And this is my forward operating base, my FOB, I call it. Yes, I am prior military, so sometimes I'll use military terms. Let me finish chowing down on my little potato. So I have a little FOB here that is in the middle of, switch to my sword just in case. Again, banner and a little FOB. So I found a abandoned mine shaft and I cleared a lot of it out and I got down here to around about the center of the place, and I just kind of built myself a little enclosure that I could AFK at, or I could retire. Some of it still up in there. But then, so I decided, hey, why not make myself a branch mine over here? This should be far enough away from everybody else. And then I had the bright idea to make myself a squid farm, so that I could offer ink sacks and whatnot at my boardwalk shops and whatnot. So I just have some water on either side, signs in the middle preventing the water coming down. Squids will spawn in the water. Eventually they'll swim to the middle, fall down and kill themselves on the hoppers, and I'll go and collect it. And I've got 43, and that's because it's only active when I'm over here. And then I realized after I did all that work to build it, that when I come down here, because I was thinking I'll have the squid farm, I'll do my mine shaft, my branch mining, I'll do my mining, and while I'm down here, this thing will be generating. Yeah, it didn't work out so well. I think I might actually be too far away from it, and it's not really spawning. And then when I got up there, there's also water nearby, so it didn't. I don't know. Well, I'll leave it for now. Deal with it later. So I have some chests here for my branch mine. all the materials that that I collect, other than the ores, because as soon as I get I run a branch, I collect all the ores, and then I run back to my little AFK spot and I drop the ores into my ender chest, so that way if I happen to meet an untimely demise with some lava, I don't lose my ores. But all this is the regular stone and granite and andesite and diorite and all of that stuff. So and I've got 100 block back that goes to that far wall. This tunnel goes back 100 blocks, and then I have a mine shaft, or rather a branch, every fourth block. So there's 3 in between. And as you all know, pretty much all of the ores, they are at least 2 wide, with the exception of emeralds. And we are, if you can see it, Stone Beach. We're in Ocean, and now we're into Extreme Hills. So there are emeralds back here on occasion. And sure, emeralds do spawn 1, but they're probably infrequent enough that by doing this 3 across, I'm not really missing anything, and I'm increasing the efficiency of my mining time. So there's 8 on this side that I've already dug back, and I hit a huge lava lake, so there's really no point continuing any further, because every time I try to go further, I just run into more lava. So I went and just knocked these, blocked these off. These on this side, I've run back 200 blocks on each one. So far collected all of that, and I believe I've got all the way to here. This is the next one to do. So I think I've got like 8 or 9 of them here. I've already gone back 200 blocks. So eventually when I get all of these down here, all to that same level, then I'll start over again. I'll probably go out another 200 blocks and continue on. Because I was told once that you keep going on a branch until you can't go anymore. So sounds like good advice to me. And I figured I'd do a little bit of a beautification on the thing, little decor in here. I think with the glowstone and the leaves and the oh, I always get this, but diorite. I always want to call this andesite, but it's diorite. The white is the diorite. To me, this looks kind of Greek. I don't know. I think it looks Greek. Maybe somebody else might disagree, but to me, I like it. And the nether brick here is every 10. So that just gives me like a little visual counter every 10 blocks and whatnot. So this is my branch mine. Okay, so that's pretty much the tour of everything that I've got so far. We're going to head back to my base. I want to craft, or I should say fortune up the minerals or the resources that I've collected so far. We'll get those fortuned, and then we are going to start in on the boardwalk, because I've been putting that off long enough. I've been doing a lot of tinkering, and a lot of the builds that you just saw with all of this here on this little quickie tour, when I'm watching a live stream, or I'm just kind of sitting here at my computer. I don't really have the ability to do any recording, but I have enough. I have, like, 15 minutes here, 20 minutes there, so I'll just kind of tinker a little bit. Like I said, it's been a couple of weeks, so I've gotten a lot of stuff done, but now it's time to get serious and get some recording done, and we can get on to the boardwalk over here. So the minerals that, like I said, I have everything here has been crafted, and I have 15 emeralds so far. So we'll see what this 8 emerald, 47 diamond, 47 lapis, and it looks like 4 full stacks plus 7 redstone. What I'll do is I'll just come over here, I'm going to pillar all those up, and then I'll fortune my way right back down again, and we'll see what we got. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. We'll check out the totals, and then we'll get to work on that boardwalk. All right, back in a little bit. Hey everybody, we're back and just about ready to get started on pillaring up, and as you can see, I've loaded my hotbar with all the resources that I have. One thing I would like to note is if you look right here in my hand, I have some nether quartz ore ready to be fortuned as well. I would like to make the comment that CV came by and he did some trading with me, grabbed a couple of bows, got some blaze rods, and in return he gave me some nether quartz, so I really appreciated that. So let's get started on pillaring this up, and we'll see where we end up. Okay, let's go. All right, look at that. Look at that. That is quite a haul of resources. I love it. I love it. Look at that. We turned, what is that? A stack and a half roughly of diamonds, 18 emeralds, 9.5 stacks of lapis, and over 18, what did that be, 20 stacks, almost nearly 20 full stacks of redstone, and a stack and a half of quartz. That, my friends, is a pretty good treasure trove. I like it. I like it. And we burned well through that fortune pick. Probably going to have to see about repairing that little guy. He did some work for us there. Oh, love it. Good stuff. Okay, I'm going to go get all this stuff put away, and I'll meet you back over here, and we're going to get started on that boardwalk. All right, back in a bit. Okay, hey everybody, we're back again, and now we're going to get started on that boardwalk. Like I said, right here is where we're going to enter onto the boardwalk. This right here is where the boardwalk will meet land, and as you can see, we've got we're going to have 5 wide with a retaining wall, like a little, you know, the fence, whatnot, on either side. So it's going to be a total of 7 wide for the boardwalk itself, and then we'll have ramps and whatnot going off to shops and buildings and whatnot on either side. But the boardwalk will be 7 wide, and we're going to go out right here. It's going to come out into the ocean here, into this little bay, and it's going to go out just a little bit so that we're about 5, give ourselves a gap, say, of 5 blocks between the edge of my the AFK fishing building right there. Give ourselves about gap of 5, and then the boardwalk will run right alongside that there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go out. I have filled up some spruce wood logs, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go put like the corner markers where to outline where the boardwalk is going to go. So I'm going to get those put into place. I'm not going to worry about doing all kinds of decor on it and make it look like they're cemented in. All I'm going to do right now is just get this thing outlined and go take it out quite a ways. I've got some. I did a little drawing on some paper, you know, antiquated method, and and we'll get that going. And I'll be back in a little bit, and we'll check our progress. Okay. Okay, and we're back. Wow. Oh man, that was some work right there. I'm very glad I have a respiration and aqua infinity on my helmet. That came in handy here. And as you can see behind me, I've gotten most of the boardwalk or the pier columns in place, at least for this section of the boardwalk. There's still plenty more that's going to go off toward the horizon there. I've got a lot of plans for this thing, but I wanted to at least just get the first section and get that going, and we'll take this in stages. So I'm going to spin around here, and you can see here we're going to have the entrance onto the boardwalk right here. It's going to do like a little angle, so it won't be a nice sharp right turn. I'm going to try to do a little angle piece, and then we'll head off that way, and it'll do another little diagonal on that corner. It's going to head to the left, and then another diagonal. It's going to head off back that way. And there's going to be a couple of shops right here. There'll be a couple of shops right on that side. I'm going to connect the AFK up there. I'm going to get a little walkway, little path right there for myself. And then there's going to be lots more shops and things going in back over there. So this boardwalk is going to extend off into the distance. So you can see this gives us a good starting point with the pillars. Now the next step is to get an actual walking surface on there. That's going to be a lot of wood slabs. So I need to get the supplies out of the chest, get to crafting. I'm probably going to need a lot more than what I already have, and we'll get to work on that. And as soon as I have this all laid in, I'll be back and we'll see how the progress goes. All right, back in a bit. All right, we're back, and would you look at that? Oh, I love it when this thing is coming together. We've got the entire walking area of this all put in. I decided, instead of making a couple of stairs right here and then have the whole thing at one level, I decided to kind of ramp it up a little bit as we went along. So you had the main surface, or the ground level, and then 1, 2, and then 3. So that way This level here is actually should be at the same level as my my front porch there. So that gets it a little bit off of the water, and because that gives us the ability to do some decor down underneath and whatnot. So, and if you look at any pier, if you go to San Francisco, if you go to Atlantic City, you go to anywhere, they are not right on the water. So wanted to do that. So now the next piece, the next stage, next step, if you will, is I need to get some the railing in on this thing. Some protection so you don't end up walking over and taking a dip in the drink. So we'll get that in, maybe work a little bit on the lighting. I put some torches down just so that I wouldn't have mobs spawning along the rails here. So I'm going to get that in, and it should be a real quick thing. Get the fence posts in, and maybe I might start playing around a little bit with some decor just to get some ideas, some juices flowing. I don't have a lot of that stuff crafted up. I don't want to spend a lot of time on it right now. But we'll get to the rails, and we'll be back in a bit. Okay, hey everybody, look, we're back again with another update on the progress, and check this out. I've got all the railing in on both sides. I've got some lighting all the way through there. That thing is solidly lit up. There is no spawning going to happen anywhere near this boardwalk whatsoever. I made the little connection piece between my AFK fishery and the boardwalk itself. I've added some vines here and there. I'm just kind of playing with some of the decor. Use some spruce leaves to kind of make it look, you know, like seaweed is the idea there. I also took some iron rail, or the bars, put under there, and that was something I noticed on a recent trip over to Monterey Bay over in California. There's a fisherman's wharf over there. If you happen to be in the Monterey area or visiting that, go to the wharf. They got some fantastic restaurants. I mean, phenomenal food, outstanding. Love going there. I gain 5 pounds every time I visit. But anyway, so I did notice that while I was there, they use a like a kind of like a chicken wire or a mesh or whatnot to keep things from getting caught under the boardwalk and the pier there. So I kind of tried to recreate that with the iron bars there. So I thought it looked pretty good. One thing I do want to, every once in a while, I want to put some ladders around. I'm also thinking of maybe having like a boat launch, like a little sunken pier, just a little tiny pad, and you would climb a ladder down, and maybe you can have a boat, and you can head off wherever you want to. I'm thinking about that. Maybe a couple of them, just sparingly put around, but then some ladders here and there, just in case you fall over. Anyway, so that's where we're at right now. I think the next thing I want to do is take some dirt, do some scaffolding, and kind of identify where I want to put the shops. Just kind of give a footprint, just so we can get some ideas. I'm not going to really, in this episode, we're not going to build any of the shops. That'll be for future episodes. But I do want to try to give you an idea of where the shops are going to go. I've got a few already in mind. Like I said, I drew out some of this on paper, and I want to try to get that in here into this world so we can at least see how things are going to progress. So let me get back down there, get some footprints, some scaffolding done, and we'll be back in a little bit. Hey everybody, we're back with another progress update, and this will be the last one for the episode because we are done with some scaffolding, or some footprinting I'll call it, of the first 4 shops that I'm going to be putting in along the boardwalk. I've also gone back and added some vines. I've done a little bit of some decor around here and whatnot. But so we've got 4 shops that are going to be going in the next episode, and this one right here that I'm pointing at is going to be an AFK cobble generator. This big guy right here is going to be an enchantment shop. We're going to do up a very special enchanting station in there, one that I've used in my own solo world and on another series, and we're going to redo that in here with some, I think, some improvements. I've got a couple more on the other side, but it seems to how so far all of my discussion on this boardwalk has been from afar. Why don't we get a little bit of a closer look? And you can see some iron bars and whatnot. Like I said, just doing some decor on there. So like I said, here's the beginning of the boardwalk. You come around, and right here is my little connection piece from my area and the AFK fishing, little fishing hut over here to the main boardwalk. The entrance to the cobble generator will be right here, and it'll be just a little small thing. You can just duck in there and make some cobble if you need it. There'll be picks and everything available for you to use, but we'll go over all that in the next episode. Come around the bend, and right here will be Brewmasters. This is going to be a big brewing little area right here, this shop. I've got a very special brewing station in mind. This one is this one's pretty neat. I've built it once before in my solo world, and it worked great, and I want to do some improvements, mostly decor, but also some improvements on it, and that'll go in that area. Here is, like I said, is the enchantment store, or the enchantment shop. These aren't technically the names. I may try to come up with some better names for them, but right now I'm just calling it the enchantment shop. PPE, little a different spelling on it, but yeah, the enchantment will go in here. We'll have our entrance will be right here. I'm thinking there might be a deck or something off of here with some deck furniture and whatnot, but we'll see how that goes. And then the final guy, for at least for this first section of the boardwalk, this one is going to be a nano farm. If you're into farms at all, you more than likely have seen this, but it's the smallest farm that has been yet created for Minecraft that allows you to cook, or not cook, but to grow potatoes, carrots, and wheat using a single block. But I made some improvements to it as far as its functionality and some lighting and some whatnot, and we'll have fun with that build. But the nano farm is going to go right in here, and then I stopped the boardwalk right here for right now. This is the first section, and this is gonna go on for quite a ways, and there's going to be a lot more builds going on in here because I already have plans for those. But this will be enough to get us going. These 4 shops, I don't think there's enough to make 4 episodes. Maybe I'll do 2 each, maybe an episode with these 2 and an episode with those 2, and we'll see how that goes. But for right now, I am going to call this episode done as far as the boardwalk is concerned. And check this out. I love this. It's got the lighting, and it's right out here in the ocean. You can check the ocean breezes, that salt air, and the only thing you don't have is seagulls pooping on your head, so you don't have to worry about that out here. So this has been a fun one, and it's still a long way from done. And this is the neat thing about this, is going to be pretty much expandable until we find the other end of this the ocean here, so we can build as much stuff out here as we want to. It's going to be a lot of fun. So alright, I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, please hit the like button, and if you want to be notified when more videos come out, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.